Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Fox and I like video games, and today I am back with yet another Sims 4 speed building video. Today we are building in the world of Granite Falls, which is the world we got with the Outdoor Retreat game pack. You guys will have to forgive me today. It has been a while since I have done a voiceover. The last couple of videos that I've uploaded were pre-recorded. So it's been about 3 weeks since I've done a voiceover, and sitting down today I am feeling a little bit out of whack. I'm also in a little bit of pain. For those of you who don't know, which is probably all of you because I have not spoken about it much on any social media, especially YouTube, but I got braces last May. They're due to be taken off in April, and I have the elastics on now. Oh boy, do they hurt. So I am in a little bit of pain. You'll have to forgive me if I sound a little bit different in today's voiceover. Not much I can do about it. Hopefully I get used to wearing them soon. I could take them off, but then I'd end up with a massive headache when I put them back on, so just decided to keep them on. So my jaw is a little bit restricted, so again, apologies if I do sound a little bit different in today's video. But enough about me, enough blabbling on, let's talk about the build. So as I said, we're building in Granite Falls. I love this world. I think it's beautiful. I wish that we had more lots in this world. I wish we could live in this world instead of just renting. So this is a rental lot. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. I imagine it to be sort of like a honeymoon or romantic getaway kind of place. So I did design it that way. I kept it just a double bed, an ensuite bathroom, and just some sort of wholesome activities for your Sims to do. So it ends up being about 328 simoleons a night to rent, which honestly isn't too bad if you're only coming here for 1 or 2 nights, which honestly, does anyone really come to Granite Falls for longer than 1 or 2 nights? Like, you go fishing, you go hiking, you play the horseshoe game. Is there really anything else to kind of do out here? I don't know. Guys, let me know, how long do you spend on your vacations? Because I usually only spend like 1, maybe 2 nights on a vacation. I find them to be a little bit buggy as well, so I don't really spend that long out here. It is beautiful though. As I said, I wish we could live here because I would be buying houses out here all the time. So I wanted to go for a craftsman style sort of house in this one. I don't know, I saw a house on Pinterest and it had this exact shaped roof and I fell in love with it and I needed to replicate it. So the whole entire build today is based basically around the roof, which is kind of weird to say because I usually struggle with the roofing quite a lot. Roofing is probably my weakest point when it comes to building, other than floor plans. So I'm surprised that I was inspired by a roof, but I was. It is a simple roof, but I just think that it's so cute. So speaking about floor plans, here we are trying to figure out a floor plan in this one. I did a lot of it off camera because I just didn't know what I was going to do. I struggle with the smaller builds. I struggle with smaller spaces. Just trying to be creative in a small space is difficult for me, but I'm really happy with how this one come together. So I do swap that door to the bathroom to be from inside the bedroom, so it is an ensuite, and then I do get rid of that wall. I don't know why I blocked it off. I was going to put like a wardrobe or something in there, but it honestly was just taking away space that I could have used for the bedroom. So I'm glad that I did that because the bedroom does end up being pretty small. Jumping back outside here, you'll see these dormers. Off camera I placed the 2 on the side. I did not know if I wanted to do the 2 on the side or the 1 in the middle, or have a combination of all 3. So I struggled with this one. I ended up going for just the one in the middle. This was probably the design element I spent the most time on trying to work out what I was going to do, because I liked both, but ultimately I go for the one in the middle. I hope you guys agree that it is just the best sort of looking. I felt like the roof looked a little bit too plain. Even though I wanted it to be simple, I didn't want it to be too plain. So moving on into the landscaping, you'll see that I pulled these fences out of Debug. These are from the world of Granite Falls, so they're from the Outdoor Adventure, not the Outdoor Adventure, the Outdoor Retreat game pack. I always get Jungle Adventure and Outdoor Retreat mixed up for some reason. So these Debug fences come from the Outdoor Retreat game pack, and I think that they just frame the yard, frame the sort of lot really nicely without being too sort of heavy. So I really like them. I want to use them probably in every single build because I don't know, I just love them. I think they're beautiful, especially the curved ones. They're so nice. But you'll see here, pulling out lots of plants, I go for a very purple theme in this one. The last builds that I really landscaped was my Mediterranean mansion, and that one was so colourful that I just wanted to go a little bit more simple with the colour choices. So I do stick to the realms of purples. You'll see I use the lavender plants, the purple hydrangea plants. I use the purple flowers from Outdoor Retreat, and I just layer them with some of the ferns. I use some of the mushrooms from Cottage Living. I also use the Debug grass from Cottage Living just to kind of make it feel a little bit more full. I wanted this house to be a bit secluded from its surroundings while still being open enough that your Sims could go out and explore, if that makes sense. I wanted it to feel private, I guess, without being super secluded. So I do place the plants all around the build, but I do leave the fences open so your Sims can walk down to the fishing spot and out into the hiking track behind them. So the trees that you'll see that I used here are the forest spruce trees, I believe they're called. I end up swapping them out to the pine trees that come with this pack or come with this world, because obviously they fit a little bit better. I really wanted to use these trees. I haven't actually used them in a build on my channel yet, and they probably some of the nicest trees in the game, so did really want to use them, but they just weren't working here. It just made the world, it just made the build not feel like it was part of the world. So here I go swapping everything over. I do use the ones that look like the branches have been sort of broken off in places. I think that is a really nice element to have, like that tree. So I'm really happy that we have that in the game because I do use it here. In the backyard, I use some of the Debug fences to sort of frame off and shape the yard. I do use a curved piece as well. I just want it to be a little bit more unique, not just sort of squared off completely, which is what I usually do with fences anyway, and yard spaces. So I'm really happy with the choices that I made here, just making it feel sort of like they've built it around the tree shape and everything like that. So that's the decisions I made in the landscaping. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I do. I think that it looks really nice. It looks sort of almost like fairy tale-esque, I suppose. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. So we do use these stepping stones here as sort of a pathway to the front and into the backyard as well. All of this terrain paint that you can see here does actually get deleted. I had that glitch where the terrain paint deletes when you close the game and load back in. So all of this terrain paint ends up being gone, but I did decide to include the footage so you guys can see sort of where it all was originally meant to be. I do end up changing it to be the lighter mud color. I don't know why I did that. That was just something that I did, the first one that I grabbed when I went in to replace it. But in the backyard here we get a grill, the table and chairs, and an umbrella. So I do place a fire pit out here, and I place the chairs from this pack Outdoor Retreat around it. I do place 4. I only imagine 2 Sims staying here, so I don't know why I place 4, but I imagine that maybe they invite some of their neighbors around, or just to have options there, I do place 4, and I do also place the horse toss, ring toss game out there as well. So just so your Sims have lots of activities to do in the backyard. But moving on into the interior, we start off in the kitchen. I generally start in the kitchen in all of my builds, so nothing different here. I do use these counters from Cottage Living. I always get Cottage Living and the Country Kitchen kit mixed up because I feel like they should just have been one pack and the kit didn't need to exist. But anyway, these ones are from Cottage Living. I do originally have them in this green swatch. I think this swatch is beautiful, but I do end up swapping it out for the brown swatch because I think it fit everything a little bit better. This is where I use the Snowy Escape chairs, armchairs, and also I end up using the couch. I think they fit perfectly in here. The wood tone matches, and I really love the sort of throw rugs or throw blankets over them. It just sort of really went with that sort of warm cottage vibe that I was going for. We've got a fireplace in here. I don't place a TV because I don't think that your Sims will need it, and I use the Jungle Adventure stool as sort of like a coffee table because it could not fit in this build. It was way too small and I was not going to keep trying. So we move on into the bedroom. I do end up using, I think I use a base game bed. I'm pretty sure I use a base game bed in here, and yeah, it is a base game bed. So the base game bed, and I change it to the pink swatch with the dark brown wood. I also place the armchair from Snowy Escape in here as well, and I spent the longest time off camera trying to pick a dresser because I realized I didn't really like any of the dresses that we have in game. So I do go for the one that matches this world that came with this pack, as well as the lamp. We place a mirror up here. I use a plant from the Bloomin' Rooms kit because I use them in every build. Also use the one from Cottage Living with the basket because I use that wherever I can as well. And then basically the room has come together. So I really struggled with the curtains as well, so we do just go with these base game ones in the white swatch. I wish we had more curtains. I wasn't really happy with this choice, but I just couldn't find any that I liked. I spent a lot of time off camera trying to get it to work, but anyway, we are moving on to cluttering up this dresser. I place some bookcases here so your Sims can read. I pull a little moth out of debug and just pop a plant and a little candle up here. I wanted to keep the decorating simple. I didn't want to go overboard because it is meant to be a rental lot and not a lot where your Sims actually would live. So in the kitchen we do place a coffee pot. We have that paper towel and coffee little decor item. I do keep that. I get rid of the pots and pans, and I also get rid of the fish on the wall. I didn't like the wood color behind them. I wish that was changeable, and I think it would just make that item or those items work a little bit more. I put a frog up on the little island bench. I think that was really cute, and then just get a range hood above the stove. I really wish that the cabinets that matched the counters come with just like a plain closed one, because I don't like the fact that I had to use the one with the curtains. It just wasn't working for me. But anyway, we do just move on into the living space here. I place a guitar, some candles. I place the umbrella rack at the front door because it does rain a lot in this world. I place a photo frame and a little dog statue up on the fireplace. Sorry, I couldn't think then. Now we are just moving on into the bathroom after we finish up the kitchen here. The bathroom I kept really simple. It's just a toilet, a bath. I don't place a shower. I just place a bath, a toilet, and a vanity with just some simple decor. We will then be moving into the screenshots, so I'm going to wrap this voiceover up now. I just want to say a big thank you to anyone who has watched today's video. I really do appreciate it. If you did like it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to download this build, it will be available on the gallery. My origin ID is at arcadefox. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is at arcadefox with an underscore at the end. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.